what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds, and this is a message directly to the BBC because they are doing yet another documentary. I don't know if it's going to be about me this time, but here's the thing. They have exposed themselves, probably by mistake, last week. And to be honest, I am absolutely baffled, mind blown at what I'm about to reveal to you is shocking, because when I read their post, the BBC's post last week, when they're trying to do their undercover investigations and they exposed themselves, I thought it was really interesting because they did a show about me, the BBC. I did a whole video about this, and this was in January, so about 8 months ago. And to be honest, when they did the show, I thought, this is such bad reporting. I just can't understand how this has happened. Have they deliberately come in with an agenda? They must have done. But I found it really strange because I always grew up thinking that the BBC were fair, were neutral, and I thought they would always put both sides across. And I just thought they never spoke to me beforehand. They out of all of my thousands and thousands of students, they chose 2 unhappy students. And I'm like, this is crazy. Why and how has this happened? Well, folks, now I know. And BBC, to be honest, I know you've always ignored me in the past. I know you've not responded to my previous video where I asked you a ton of questions, but I really think that the public, as we pay so much money to you, BBC, as you force everybody in the country pretty much to contribute to your journalism and to your reporting skills, and in the disguise of putting together a balanced, fair view to inform people, I think you really have a lot of explaining to do after last week's post. So just to set a little bit of background, the BBC are doing yet another documentary on training companies that teach money. So not many companies teach money. You grow up all through school and you do not learn about money. You go to university, you do not learn about money. But the businesses, such as my business, that teach people how to invest and how to make money have been absolutely penalized by the media over the last 6-8 months. And it's almost like they're trying to stop people wanting to become financially illiterate. And I'll talk about that later. But rather than posting and saying, hey, we're looking to do a documentary on people that have gone through wealth creation courses, property investment training courses, can you come and get in touch if you've had an experience? They don't say that. What they say is they say, please get in touch if you've had a bad experience. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. Imagine if I said, I'm doing a documentary on universities. I'm doing and to see whether universities are good or not. Please could you get in touch with me if you've been through university and you were left unhappy? Would that not make me look like a complete amateur that had an agenda, and my agenda is clearly just to speak to unhappy people? I mean, it's absolutely insane. They have completely exposed their agenda. And you might say, yeah, Samuel, whatever. Samuel, you've got your own agenda or something. But just read what they posted. This was on LinkedIn 3 days ago. BBC Business is looking into online training courses that claim to offer a fast track to financial independence, but actually provide little value for money. Okay. Have you spent hundreds or even thousands of pounds on these courses, but now feel the training didn't match up to the promises you were made? If this is something that has impacted you, we would like to hear your story. Comment below if you're happy for us to contact you. So they're not saying, contact us if you're happy, contact us if you've been through the training. We only want to hear from you if you're unhappy. And the BBC, I started running some online training courses over lockdown, and we've had thousands and thousands of students come through the online training. And we have had a tiny fraction. I think we've only had 5 people that have actually contacted in and said they weren't happy out of thousands. And what the BBC are trying to do is they're trying to find those 5. They're trying to find those 5 because it's very easy to see. You look on my YouTube channel, you see every single week people becoming financially free. It's very easy. You go on my review site and you see thousands of reviews, and most of the time these are 5 out of 5. But what they're doing is they're specifically targeting the unhappy ones to paint a narrative. How shocking is that? And then people that have commented under the post and said, I had an unhappy experience, or I've got some experience with these training companies and they weren't good. Christopher P, who is running this and producing this show, says, I'd love you to add me on LinkedIn so we can chat and I can hear your experience. However, interestingly, when I tried to add Christopher P on LinkedIn, it's been 3 days, Christopher P. I'm still waiting for your acceptance. Why do you not want to speak to me? Why do you not want to speak to any of my happy customers or any happy customers that have gone through this at all? Let me tell you something. I don't know exactly what the agenda is. Maybe they're just trying to create bad news stories, but there is a reason that the BBC want to get a particular message across to you and want to put you off and you scared of becoming financially literate. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and there's a reason that we don't teach kids about money in school, and there's a reason that anybody that starts teaching about wealth gets shut down. And you know what? I'd love to know what the answer is. So BBC, if you're doing a documentary about online training and wealth creation, I run the biggest wealth creation company in the UK, so why don't we have a conversation and I can give you anything you need without you having to do your little narrative and try and fish for those 5 unhappy customers. Oh, and by the way, if you've been through my training, you've been through my online training courses, why don't you add Christopher P on LinkedIn and tell him your experience? If it's good or if it's bad, it doesn't matter. Just tell him your experience, because I think it's unfair and I don't think it's right that the BBC are only looking for unhappy customers. So add Christopher P on LinkedIn, tell him your experience, bad or good, and tell them the truth. And if you haven't done any training and you're like, well, I don't even know what the situation is, it just shows you cannot listen to the media, because the media have a very hard agenda. So you need to make up your own mind. Anyway, I just wanted to get this out there. Christopher P, I hope to hear from you. Also, that last lady, Abby Jayola, that did a whole show about me, and you did a documentary about me, I'm still waiting for you to respond to my questions. Why don't we do a financial freedom challenge together, and you can spend a week with me, you can even bring your cameras, and then you can see actually how this works and if it's possible or not. Or you can just carry on making up stories for a living, I don't know. But to be honest, I think this needs to stop. I think as the BBC I think I read somewhere they spend 100 million a year on advertising. So they're spending 100 million a year to advertise. They're taking everybody's money from the country, but they're forcing I've heard some people call them now the British brainwashing channel. And I used to think that's offensive and that's not fair. How can you say that about the BBC? But to be honest, BBC, I'm beginning to lose faith in you right now. So get in touch. Let's have a conversation. Thanks for watching. Add Christopher P. Tell him what you think. Subscribe. Smash the like button. Tell him what you think in the comments. What do you think? Make up your mind. BBC, look forward to hearing from you.